Welcome to the guest room slash office slash amazing storage area in my mom's house. We were trying to figure out how to fit everything into such a small room and to save money. We thought about doing one of those fold down beds that kind of from the Murphy beds that come down from the wall. We thought about a trundle bed where it looks like a sofa and then you pull out and the mattress and it rises. Thought about just having, the standard futon thing where it folds down. There's a lot of options. They all tend to add up in terms of price, and then the comfort is often a question. So, of course, my mom starts digging into this, doing some research, trying to find the best option. And we find this LUCID, it's this 4-inch folding mattress, sofa, indoor, outdoor fabric cover thing on Amazon, $140. And here it is. We ordered it. So I was just going to unbox this thing and give you some actual feedback on how it feels, how it smells, all that. I was really surprised that a queen-sized mattress could come in a box that really doesn't look all that big to me. I've also got this platform here. This is from another bed that we had a while back. They're great because they fold up and they're easy to store. But then if you actually want to improve the comfort of something like this, people online had said, yeah, you just put it on that. So I'm going to test that out too. And we'll go from there. So note that when I was opening this, I was very careful not to puncture or cut the fabric, and I'm going to continue to be careful as I get it out. So there are some more instructions here. They say gel folding mattress sofa. I think gel's supposed to insulate you a little bit. Remove the plastic packaging. If using scissors, be careful. Place the mattress on a flat surface and allow 48 hours so it can fully expand. That's that relax component. After fully expanded, enjoy it. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Doesn't look super big when it's laid out like this, but get those 4 inches once I take that last piece of wrapper off. So far, no smell, which is nice. Okay, it's all laid out. I flipped it over so the logo is readable and then the tag's tucked under. Kind of neat that there's a handle on this end to help you maneuver it. Again, not super duper thick. And I am getting some of that smell, not nearly as much as I would have expected, actually, having done like thick memory foam mattresses before, and even just some products from China, plastic stuff. It smells all right, just normal in the room, and as you get closer, then you start to smell a little bit more. So I've got my air filter here. I was going to run this. I'm a little bit, questioning how it's going to look once it's actually sofa, because it's going to be so small. Like, is it going to feel awkward to sit on it and sink way down? 8 inches? It's going to be like 8 inches. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm excited. Okay, the sun is out. I've given it 1 day. It's not exactly the 48 hours they recommend, but look what I found when I flipped over those instructions. There's this little slider cutter thing that helps you avoid accidentally puncturing or scratching the fabric. That would have been handy. Hopefully that helps you if you're going to get this. Again, it hasn't been 48 hours, but the thing is looking pretty good, and I just thought it'd be neat to kind of, do some folding action and see how this thing works. I guess it looks like we're going to have to fold this side up, yep, like this. And then, there we go. One-handed, not too difficult. There it is. There's the little bench. It's not going to slide real easy here. I might actually set this down for a second and just, get this thing oriented. Well, to be honest, this wasn't quite what I had imagined or hoped for, because it is just so small. But on the other hand, look how much space we have. Like, that was the real goal, be able to store stuff, have a bed, but have it kind of be out of the way, and still have sort of an office and some working environment over here. So, in some ways, I'm happy about it. This is not very high. This is like, that's kind of the 4 inches plus 4 inches, 8. And then we've got another 8-inch backrest here. I'm going to go ahead and just sit down on this thing and, it's actually not too bad. You can kind of lean back like this with your arm. There's space for a little end table or something. It would have to be very low, or it's going to look kind of awkward. I can stretch your feet out like this. I can see how this would be a really cool kind of a basement thing. Maybe if you have kids or something and it's the fun zone, you've got this bed out of the way. People aren't tripping on it. They're playing maybe in the middle of the room, having fun, and then when it comes time to actually sleep, you fold it out, or you can go with the pro solution, which is like a platform like this. So I'm gonna bust out that platform, lay it out, and we'll see how that looks. I also wanted to lay down on this thing and just see how that felt. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, so there aren't any sheets on this, but I'm just gonna give it a go. It's definitely firm, but I'm not feeling the floor. Yeah, I could sleep on that. I was searching those instructions again. It's really only one sheet, so there wasn't more information on the exact type of foam, but I was able to open the cover, and I suppose you could take all the foam out and maybe wash this or something, but this just looks like standard foam, and then there's this very thin layer of what feels like memory foam, so very thin. I mean, that's less than half an inch or something. I suppose that's the cooling part that maybe insulates you a little bit more. I wanted to call out the older version of the LUCID folding mattress. You can see it's kind of square instead of angular. I haven't tried that one. I imagine maybe it's not quite as comfortable. This is the one we went with, and it's got that angular design, so it's a little easier to rest, to lean back. I was mentioning smell earlier, and the website says CertiPUR-US certified with no harmful odors. So it's nice to know that they're not harmful, even if there are a little bit of odors happening. I've seen a few reviews where people talk about letting their dog sit on this thing, and that's kind of nice. Also, the website said that this weighed 28.1 pounds, but I just weighed it and it was only 22 pounds. So that's kind of cool. Also, when you put it on the back like this, the two handles line up and you can lift it with just one hand. So that makes it pretty easy to get around. The other side that folds, they've designed it in such a way that it's just 3 pads thick. So 12 inches total maybe. Yeah, it's really cool. So anyway, I'm gonna jump back onto the review and get that platform measured out. The one that I own is this Zinus 14-inch smart base. It's $80, and I just love how nicely it stores away like that. And I also appreciate how these gaps aren't so big that a thinner mattress like this might slip through or get worn out as quickly. The website was saying that this has a 5-year warranty and that the cover is machine washable, so that's awesome. That's something that I wasn't sure about, but good to see. Okay guys, I got the platform all laid out. It's got these locking pins. I made sure that they were lined up perfectly, and I just love how there's really a lot of space under here, a little bit taken away because of the angles here, but really I could climb back under there and I think feel pretty good. The fact that it comes apart so easily, it's lightweight and storable, it's awesome. So I put the LUCID mattress pad on top at the head, and I've actually got the logo kind of underneath here. There it is, right there. Do you see that? So this is the easiest way to unfold it. Unfortunately, the handle isn't at the top, but this is going to let me just grab at the bottom, slowly bring it out, and I'm being very gentle because I don't want it to snag on any of these metal rods here. There we go. Okay. Look at that. That's it. So it's completely ready to go now, or at least put some sheets on it or something. It's got the logo at the bottom facing the right direction. The handle and everything now looks right. And again, the spacing, I think it's going to be pretty good. So I'm going to hop on this thing and, yeah, it's nice. Rather than in sort of that sofa configuration, my feet weren't able to bend at this 90-degree angle. It felt a little bit like I was a kid with my feet sticking way out. This feels a lot more natural. I'm going to lay down. As far as comfort, it kind of feels the same. There might be a little bit more give just because the mattress can actually sink through those slots. But otherwise, yeah, again, I suppose I would prefer this because I could have a more traditional end table and it just feels and looks a little bit more normal, like a normal bed. It's going to be easier to hang your feet off and put your shoes on. And again, store some stuff underneath. But if you do store some stuff, then, this is foldable. It's easy to put away and store. So what would you really need? Do you really need the storage? Like, if you're going to put all this away, you're going to have to take everything out from under it anyway. So I don't know. I guess it's a convenience thing. It makes it look nicer. If someone comes over, they feel like they have a real bed instead of this funny little thing on the floor. But I don't know if the bed frame's really necessary. I feel like the mattress is comfortable all on its own. Yeah, those are my thoughts. One of the concerns I had going into this was that I was going to sink into these folding indentation points, but the one that's probably the most vulnerable right here, they put the fold on top, and so that doesn't happen as much. You got your head up here, and then maybe your shoulders in this area. This is your kind of the main trunk of your body, and then your legs, and your legs aren't really going to sink in there. So again, I feel like this has really been thought out well. It's a pretty great product. There's still a little bit of an odor, but we're only on day 2. It's still venting a little bit, and it might vent a little bit better now that it's on top of this mattress frame. I hope that helps you out. I hope it helps you save some space and get a good night's sleep, or maybe have a guest feel more comfortable. And, I'll see you next time.